Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Talking, Jesus. See, I'm not even with it. I am so fucked up. Peasant chat. Oh, fuck, it's Sunday. I just want to be on the beach somewhere. Just doing nothing. But, you know, we got to make money, I guess. Fuck me, right? Peasant chat, we talked to poor people today. I saw something on Twitter. X. I'm never going to call it X. It just sounds stupid. That Canada is so fucked that I don't even think they know how fucked they are. And the more I think about it, the more they should become the 51st state. And it's because they have no idea what to do about anything ever. Like Canadians, I don't know if the way it's split up is super jacked up. I don't know if certain provinces or whatever they're called states are more conservative than others, but apparently the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. I saw something on X yesterday where a guy said that an EV mandate passed the House without any vote. It just kind of went through. It's just like, hey, we should do an EV mandate. And under the cover of darkness, they ended up passing it. Similar to like Obamacare. Obamacare was absolute horseshit the way that passed here. And thankfully, we righted the ship by voting in Trump. And, you know, he's like, okay, even though Obamacare is a thing, we're going to gut it because it was like the dumbest thing on the planet. Imagine mandating people to get health insurance. And if you don't get or can't afford health insurance, you have to fuck with state stuff or pay a penalty. Unbelievable. We'll talk about that. And then we can just talk general car stuff. Yesterday, I saw something pretty amazing. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll tell you all about it. Pretty much verifying that moving out of this area is not an option. You know what I mean? It's just not an option because nowhere else in the world, well, maybe certain parts of the world, can I rub elbows or be 1 or 2 degrees separated from absolute billionaires. I'm not saying 1 billion. I'm saying like 100 billion. Like ridiculous kind of money. And we'll talk about that, but not before. Mr. Bill O'Reilly, I'm kind of like taking it easy today, so you're not going to see me all super spiced up. I'm tired. I've had yesterday all I did was video all day, and I honestly just want to, where the hell is Do It Live? There we go. Fuck, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. Low energy Alex coming at you. That's what happens when I do a show in the morning. It's like, yeah, let's do a show. Fuck it. PMAS, Nick James, PMAS, best cold air intake on the planet. Nobody else matters. Buy yourself a PMAS cold air intake. If you have a Mustang and you don't buy a PMAS cold air intake, you suck dick. I mean, it's nothing else. DNAPperformance, DNAPperformance.com. Online parts house sponsor of the show. Well, the sponsors must love this plug. You're going to go get your brand new parts from DNAP Performance, wheels, tires, anything you can think of, fuel injectors, fuel systems, cylinder heads, carburetors, whatever, DNAP Performance has it. Partsfarm.com has the used stuff. You want it used interiors, cranker pallets, transmissions, shifters, weird shit that your car is missing. Hit up partsfarm.com. Total Solution, Rami Zenau Total Solution is going to get me a rear 20% overdrive for the Magnuson Supercharger on my GT500. Hopefully that works out. And Balak Industries, yeah, you know the deal. If you sell drugs and you know it, clap your hands and get yourself a set of Balak. Somebody hit me up the other day saying, oh, I got a set of Balaks and they're not great quality. I'm like, I understand. If they're provided by the customer and he got them used, maybe there's a reason he got them used. Every single Balak wheel I've gotten brand new has been pretty much on the money. I haven't had any issue with any Balak wheel that I've bought 3 or 4 pair. So I love them. There's not an issue. D-Rock Fox, Cody Kelly, B. Levice, 5 Ho, Nick, Clint Stroke, Mike S, Frank Donahue, Joe Swish, Z33, Kemzilla, Monty 540, TDP, Mac, Cobra 460, Mason, Victor Sardone, Sloan S197, Matt Oliver, Robostal, Ken Phillips, Corey Grayley, up nice and early, Ninja, Mang, TJ Sikorsky, Lost Bills, Bryson Whip putting up the Rich Prince, man, the site, guys, I'm struggling. I had my coffee and I'm just tired. I just want to go to bed. Got YDBT hats, Amory hats, Dolo hats, 1320 Didio shirts, still a big seller. So if you want any merch, if you want to support the kid and you want to have something to show your support for the kid, go ahead and get yourself some merch at richprince.com. And if you want direct contact to me, you go to Patreon. The Patreon is the link that he put up. If you want to talk to me about build stuff, outline builds, questions, but don't use it as like a way of subverting the ticket system. That's just not what I do. Some people go, hey, I uploaded a log. I'm like, okay, what the fuck you want me to do? Wait till Monday. Like, you're not paying $15 a month so that I get up out of my seat or grab my laptop at the beach and, I gotta get, no, that's not how it works, guys. This is to talk. And if you don't want to do that, simply cancel your ship. It's all good. $20,000 a year Sunday chat. Good morning, Alex and Emery. And some guy named Michael Matt decided to drop $200 on the chat. Look, I love you. I appreciate you. Don't know who you are, but man, the fact that you're not even a member, but you're dropping 200, you should have just dropped membership and you would have been better off there. If you watch the show, then hit the like button. If you don't like the show, don't watch. Boy, I love that. Thanks, Alex, for all you do for us. I appreciate you, brother. Bryson Wiz been a member for 45 months and gave me $10 for coffee, and all the usual suspects are here. Let's talk about the absolute retardation that is, what did he put in here? 6.2 liter fix, John Bailey. No, it's not. It's not oil recommendation. I know what he put up, but on the Patreon chat. But listen to this clip. This is some guy talking about how Canada really, really kind of screwed themselves.
Not many Canadians know there's an electric vehicle mandate in place right now. It was without a debate in Parliament that says by 2035 you can no longer buy in Canada a hybrid or gas car. You have to buy an electric automobile. It was quietly put in place by the Environmental Minister, Guilbeault, in the last Parliament, and he just changed SEPA, the Environmental Protection Act. And all they did was said that all vehicles made in Canada have to have zero emissions. It's an example where government thinks they know best. And, you know, the examples we give of why this doesn't work, not only with the cold climate we have here and rural Canadians who, you know, need their vehicles, but Peterborough just had a powder outage 3 weeks ago. It was one of the only Sundays we didn't door knock, and power was out for 5 days. At that point, you don't have a car if you have an electric vehicle and you can't power it. It's an example where government thinks they know best. Or our alternative is, if you as a family believe that you want an electric vehicle, then buy one. Make sure you get the adapter in your home. As a government, our job is to make sure the infrastructure is there, the power grid, you know, if we need whatever that power supply is. But it's not to tell you to buy that vehicle. And that's the difference in a nutshell between conservatives and liberal governments.
Okay, so Canada, and we all have this. Let's talk real talk here. We all have that friend that makes bad decisions all the time. Wants to build a race car in his 20s. There's a guy at the gym. I love him very much. He's a nice kid. Going to college, has a gorgeous, gorgeous girlfriend, and he doesn't know what he's got. Has no clue the position he is in. He's got a girlfriend who is like ridiculously smart, graduated college like at 20. So this girl has a brain on her, probably going to be a doctor. And this kid is like, you know, I don't think he understands what he has in front of him, right? And he wants to build a car in his 20s. And I go, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't want to build your car in your 20s. What you want to do is shut the fuck up, put your head down, either join the military or finish your schooling. I think his schooling is paid for. And get a badass job, you know, make sure you and your chick are doing good, work as a team, build something together. And then when you're 45 years old, you can go ahead and build a badass dream car. But no, he is, for whatever, in that toxic zone of like, I need to build a race car. I need to build a race car. And I'm like, no, you don't. And you don't need to buy a race car. You don't need to buy shit. You're 20 something. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I just hope that the girlfriend, you know, doesn't wise up too quick before he gets his head completely out of his ass. So we've all had that friend that makes bad life decisions constantly. And then you're like, why don't you just fucking listen? I don't understand why you keep making bad decisions. Shut the fuck up. Stop. Like, if you did nothing, you'd be better off. If you did nothing but just go about your day-to-day routine, you'd be better off. But no, you make dumb decisions all the fucking time. And I'm like, that's why I don't have a lot of friends, because a lot of the people that I came across that thought that way, I leave you. I dump you. There is no such thing as friends for life. Fuck that. If you do dumb shit, you're out of my life. If you're affecting my day-to-day operations by worrying about your dumb, indecisive, bad decision-having ass, you're gone from my life. There is no friend loyalty. Get the fuck out of here. I got no time for people like that. So Canada's that. Canada is that. That literally that they love the U.S. and then at the same time don't rise up against their own government to do the right thing. Don't go through the growing pains. They stay nice and comfy. Remember when you guys were getting your the truckers were getting their bank accounts shut down? Remember when they're getting pulled out of their trucks and arrested, their windows busted? Remember that for simply saying, hey, we don't want mandates. In the middle of the winter, they were getting their asses beat in the street, right? Remember that? Dickheads? You voted in the same government again. The same government that beat you up, shut down your bank accounts, had you closed up for 2 or 3 years, you voted them right back in. And you wonder why we make fun of, most of us make fun of Canada. And the fact that Trump goes out of the way and says, you should just be the 51st state. Not because it's almost like taking a retarded person under your wing. You don't know how to wipe your ass. You don't know how to function. You don't know how to do anything. Come over here and just be part of our thing and follow our rules and, fuck the way we fuck with. But then I start thinking, why would we want them as a 51st state if they're that stupid that they get yanked out of their trucks, banks shut down, and the vast majority, I know, they have 15 parties. It's a little more complicated than that, Alex. Okay, then rise the fuck up. Coalesce around 2 major parties, a liberal and a conservative party, and then let them duke it out. But no, you dumb sons of bitches want 15 people up on the stage in 15 different parties affiliating. And then what do you get? EV mandates. Congrats. That's why an independent party, usually in the United States, fucks the conservative side. Anytime somebody runs as a conservative, as an independent, they fuck over the conservative side. Look at what happened with Ross Perot. I know we're going to get into politics. Whatever. Fuck you. You don't like it? Go watch Sports Center. Fuck you. When Ross Perot decided to run against Clinton and Bush, remember, we were coming off of the Reagan years. Best time ever. Then Bush won the next term. And then Ross Perot decided to get in there as a, libertarian and shake up the system, and we got Bill Clinton. And those of you that lived through it, it wasn't a good time. It was a dot-com bubble that carried him through the whole administration. And then he just did shenanigans and crazy shit. So the EV mandate thing, I think, is funny. I can't wait to see if between now and 2035, you have 10 years to potentially vote people in to get rid of that. Look at what happened here. There was an EV mandate in California, and the United States was like, fuck this. We're done with this. And they carried a conservative guy in to go in there and just undo and gut the EPA. So hopefully you guys have 10 years to, remember that you got pulled out of trucks in the middle of the winter because you wanted to be outside and stop voting in any liberal type of party. Because if you don't, you're just going to be the laughingstock of us. Not the world, because the world generally doesn't care. Today, I was mostly going to talk about what I saw yesterday. Yesterday, a guy who reached out here said, Alex, would you be interested in getting your car detailed? Now, I'm leery of that because, one, I know it's expensive. I know detailing a car, like paint correcting a car, is in the thousands of dollars. I understand that. So I'm like, do I want to just do cool shit, or I want the car to look really clean? At this point, the car's running really good, but I think running an 8-second quarter mile is more important. But I said, let me go in there and check it out. So I drove down Military Boulevard with slicks, which is I do not recommend it. And what I saw in this warehouse, and again, it was in an area of West Palm that is not good, not bad, but it's not good. And I'm not going to tell you exactly where it's at because of what I saw in there. So I pull in, and the first thing I see to my right is an F40, a legitimate V8 twin turbo, if I'm not mistaken, F40. And I went, and it's in the middle of undergoing paint correction. And I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? There's an F40 here. Pull in, and the guy rents space, and he's part of this detailing deal. for this private car collector slash storage slash sales. So there's a guy that has a, let's say, high-end clientele, like high-end clientele. And he stores, sells, flips, cars. And I go, interesting. Oh, no, Joe Swish, just wait. I'm not done with the story. So there's an F40 being paint corrected. And then I go, wow, F40. He goes, yeah, there's 4 here. There's 4 F40s here? He goes, yeah, you want to see them? And I'm like, I was trying to play it cool. I'm like, nah, it's all good. So we started talking about my car and swirls and what paint correcting and this, and that, and paint that. And he's got a paint guy, which is cool. I'm like, oh, he's got a paint guy? That's cool. Yeah, I can take care of paint and dents and not a problem. I'm like, okay, cool. So the GT500 is going to leave there looking absolutely mint. So then after we talked and get to know him, I guess I tuned his 10R80 Whipple car. And it had a fuel pump issue a long time ago. And he remembered and wanted to, be a bro and, help out detailing the car. So I'm like, do you want anything out of this, like promotion and stuff? He goes, not really. I'm like, oh, okay. So he just wants me to, get it detailed through him. So finally we get to walking around the area and there are literally 3 or 4 F40s. There's a 280. Now, again, I'm not a Ferrari guy. But let me make sure. Yes, this thing was there. There was a 280 there, sitting there, right? I'm like, yeah, the GTO 280. I don't know what they go for. Let me see, price. Let me see what they go for now. Okay, so this is the record price for this car was $3.69 million. So there's there's 3 or 4 F40s there. A 280 just like this, guys. This was there. I'm staring at it and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Right? And then I saw this, and you won't believe me, but I don't care. If I do get the car detailed over there, I'm gonna ask him if I can take photos. This was there too. I'm not kidding you when I tell you this was there. Michael Schumacher's F1 V10 car. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck is happening here? Then there's the Porsche that Paul Walker died in was there. I forget the name of the name of the model, but so 4 F40s. Oh, there was also a black Enzo Ferrari. Yeah, this was there. So obviously this guy is a Ferrari collector, storer, flipper, whatever. So, the guy obviously deals in super high-end clientele, rubs elbows with super high-end clientele. There was a Group B, that's right, a Carrera GT. There was a Group B car there, rally car. A Group B rally car, a Citroen probably. And the guy apparently just drives it around. I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, Palm Beach County. No, you don't understand, Fernando Perez. I'm not saying this for you. I'm saying this for everyone else. You can be 2 or 3 degrees separated from billionaires in Palm Beach County. And this was in an area that isn't any better or worse than where I live. It was in a good-sized warehouse, one of the newer, nicer warehouses. And I'm just like, so this guy just stores cars here. One whole back row of Ferraris was from one guy. Big, massive Bentleys there. Big slabs. Just crazy stuff. And then you had the mixed in things that don't really belong, like a Z06 C5 and a Coyote Swap Bronco and some F-150 and some big trailer. But the vast majority of cars there were really high-end Ferraris. And apparently this guy just deals in, just ridiculous high-end clientele. And I'm like, my car does not look like it belonged here. But then I look back at it. I'm like, oh, it's pretty. It's pretty because my car is blue. Everything there was red, gray, or black. So it was interesting to kind of to be around that and just kind of like verify to to myself that leaving Palm Beach County is not an option because there is no other place in the world where you can be at Utiki, chilling out, hanging out, no one really bothering you, and you can rub elbows with a billionaire and not really know it because those guys just don't look like anything special. They're just bros. The 280 is cheaper for the regular one. There's a YouTube that turned one into a time attack car with a K series. The 2 other 280 GTOs just left. Homologation car, GTO killer. The 2 other Enzos left recently. 288 GTO Black Enzo F50 worth far more than the F40s. Rebuilt my first. Okay, he's talking about carburetors. Alex in bed with the mob now. No. The guy that wanted to do the detailing work for the GT500. He is this guy's detailer. Well, the company. He works for a company, a detailing company, and he is just set up there. And he rents out space on the side, a little chunk, and he does his own thing. Works for the company, bills the dude, just invoices the dude shit, and the guy has his own in-house detailer, paint guy, body guy. So I'm like, wow, okay, so yeah, it was really interesting. Maybe if I do get the car detailed over there, I'll ask him if I can video. He's like, I live 5 minutes away from here, so like, you know, whenever you want to come down and, you know, do a quote or whatever. And I'm like, boy, I wonder if he'd let me video. Not the whole place, not the outside. I don't want to give up where this guy stays. But it was pretty cool to watch. So yeah, they're moving bricks. Look, it's not fuck you money. It's like holy shit, fuck you money. It's so, it makes millionaire friends of mine look poor. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I know some millionaires, and I'm like, yeah, you look poor compared to what I just saw yesterday. So it's interesting to see how that goes. Canada's the kind country that thinks it's a global player because it once sent 6 guys and a dog to peacekeeping missions, and the dog was the only one with combat training. Canada is so, and I look, Canada, I think Tosh.0 said this, that Canada has the best fence ever, and it's called the United States. Canada talks a lot of shit and pops off and thinks there's somebody because the U.S. is protecting your airspace. Like, if the U.S. didn't have the military it would have, you would be Russia or China. You would be dominated in a heartbeat. You don't have a navy to give a fuck about, a army to give a fuck about. You don't have anything to give a fuck about. The only reason people don't invade is because it's mostly undesirable to be there. Most of it is cold. And the parts that are decent to live in just happen to border the United States. Or am I off on that? Whatever. I also was going to talk about 10R80 and 8HP stuff. The debate has raged in the comment section of me talking about the 10R80 versus the 8HP. And I was just in bed the other day, and I was thinking, what if the whole issue is the solenoids on the valve body? Now, people have attempted to remedy that. People have attempted to fix it by having a billet this, billet that. So maybe over time, the solenoids acting up is a issue with the hydraulic system. And I started going, well, that kind of makes sense because typically valve bodies have to be replaced often on these cars. Am I wrong? Like, am I wrong that a lot of the times the issues that pop up with the 10R80 is the valve body? So then I started thinking, what if it's just a hydraulic issue? Because there's the amount of solenoids that have to actuate to make 10 gears shift. I can't imagine it's consistent with variable heat ranges, variable pressures, variable loads. I'm like, I can't imagine something clicking and clacking all the time, nonstop, will be consistent. And then there's a strategy to make those things click and clack and open and close and actuate properly. And why is it that after a trans relearn that the 10R80 tends to act okay for a little bit until it doesn't? So I've always thought, well, that is a huge problem to tackle. So let's say you have a 10R80 and you ridiculously simplify it by cutting out gears. Not physically, but tune-wise. I've seen some Whipple cars launch in third gear, Again, big 11, 12, 1300 horsepower Whipple cars launch in third gear and do a big, dumb, stupid wheelie. But then you reach mechanical limits, right? The clutch. What's the clutch surface area of a third gear leave on a Whipple car? Does it just smoke it? Because you haven't heard much of it since. Like, you see a car launch once, maybe twice, then you never hear about it again. Third gear leave. So you're like, because second gear leave works well, but third gear leave on big power stuff would probably be more favorable. And if I look at the gear ratios on third gear leave on a 10R80, it closely mimics what turbo 400s do. So it's like a 4R200 where second gear leave, even though that's a little steep, it's in the twos. So I've always wondered if that's if that's been the underlying issue with the transmissions. If you have one car bought with unlimited budget, what would you build? Yeah, I don't care about these questions. I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be like, well, I'd get a Zonda. No, I'm one of those guys that I'm happy with a nice Grand National, nice, nice S197. Like, honestly, what I'm doing with Donnie is probably what I would do. Have a car that makes 800-900 wheel, because that's as much as you can use. But we're talking about big boy money. We're talking about an R8, right? We're talking about a R8 twin turbo car, which now it's a bleh. Again, I can't afford it. I'll never afford it. But you're saying if I had one car bought with unlimited budget, it'd probably be an R8. I would think I fit okay in them. It's not as annoying as a Lambo. See, when you can't be. Someone said this online. You can't be shy with a Lambo. A Lambo attracts attention, good or bad. Girls go, look, a Lambo. Maybe they'll give you pussy. Dudes look at a Lambo and they're like, you're a homo, because you want to be noticed. Or they go, badass car. So you're going to get a reaction one way or another. I don't want a reaction. I want to feel good. I want to, like a V3 to this day, chopping at a light, making, now that I know LT motors and LS motors, 850 is fine. I'm not looking for 1,000 out of a V3. It's retarded. Chopping good with some Bellax and white, really the best edition you can find for a V3. Chopping, cruising, I'm happy. Right? And then if I go to the track and runs a 950, fucking fine, because it's a big old boat. But if I want to go fucking fast, it's in none of those vehicles. If I want to go fucking fast, I build a race car. Now, what would you say is the race car that I would build? Would you build it, like a LDR looking? No, the Fairmont. The Fairmont would get a badass motor. The Fairmont would get something like a drag and drive style motor where I can go deep sevens maybe. And the most important thing, it needs to be able to cruise. It needs to be able to start. It needs to be able to drive on the fuel that I can get on the street. It needs to be able to, air conditioning doesn't matter, but it needs to be not super difficult to drive. And that's, I've come to that point where I don't, I don't lust after race cars. I don't give a shit about race car stuff. After seeing the type of people that get into racing, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that can cruise any of his cars anywhere at any time. If I cannot register, turn on with pump E85, cruise it without it overheating or causing issues or having trans issues, the car's not worth it to me. The bricks, one owner's couch definitely doesn't touch the wall. One of the couches actually does touch the wall. It's pretty funny. He has like a living room layout in his dealership. It's basically a warehouse, but it's a dealership. And I'm like, oh, look, a couch touched the wall. Alex, I highly recommend this. Alex, I highly recommend that a channel. His name is Peter Santinello. He goes everywhere, but he recently had some videos in Palm Beach and case really poor areas and the really rich areas close by. Yeah, that channel does not. It does a good job, but it doesn't properly capture what West Palm was. But I understand what he was trying to do. The problem. He's the guy that goes to like Appalachia and tells you about that. But the problem is he went to Palm Beach Island. He didn't even go anywhere on Southern. He didn't go anywhere on the Gardens, Jupiter, which is like halfway, right? Gardens, Jupiter, those areas are beautiful, but they have their good and bad spots too. But he makes it seem like rich people live at, with the foot on the throat of poor people. I'm like, no, that's just not how it is. Alice, you know how dogs stay outside behind a fence, don't do shit but bark all day, but as soon as it opens, they don't do shit? That's Canada. You're 100% right. You are 100% right. I cannot believe that they are talking at all when all the U.S. has to do is, right, we're not protecting you. And then, Alex, do you think the old school drag racers trick of running hydraulic cylinder fluid instead of ATF would have any positive feedbacks on the 10R80s? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I don't know enough about transmission and fluid paths to be able to give you a opinion on that. I just tell you that 10 speeds, all those solenoids clicking and clacking, a pump, hydraulics are very intricate and very sensitive to load, viscosity, pressures. If you've ever worked with a hydraulic system ever, whether it be on a forklift, on a lift table, anything, you'll understand how very sensitive it is. So the 10R80 having very complex 10 speed, I think the more gears, more problems, right? I think 8 is the max you should go. 10 is just stupid, in my opinion. Maybe Jake should just look into the 10R80 and not just clutches. He won't. Alex, back when your D500 ran low weights, what was the fuel regulator before or after the rail? After the rail. Same as it is now. Let's be honest here. Canada only has hockey and a little stronger alcohol content in its drinks. Because, with 10 gears, you got to be a lot of clicking and clacking going on. You're not wrong. Hear about them 426s showing up on the Dodge plant. Bro, happy to have a nice 2006 LPZ. Procharger, in my opinion, is the worst of the centuries. Right? That you don't have to ask me. Just Google Procharger broken crank. Just Google that shit. And again, some are mounted on the passenger side. I think those are better. If Procharger has a supercharger that runs off of the rear drive on the balancer, that's better. But if they run off of the front or an auxiliary pulley, like the Stage 2s that have the driver's side head unit, you will, it's not a matter of if, you will break your crank sooner than later. R8 is a gentleman's Lambo. Local in my area running 7s with an R8. I just sent you a video of the shot. My little brother might end up in a Gen 2 manual very soon. Tio. You live in South Florida. AC definitely matters. Alex, no, because I just wouldn't cruise that car. You know what I mean? Like, Donnie is going to be that car that I cruise when AC is necessary. Look, I went yesterday and tried to do a hit in Donnie in the middle of the day. Impossible. Not only was it down on power because it was, 120 IAT, but the roads were ridiculously hot and it got to the point where I couldn't hook. So then I went out at night to finish the video that I'm uploading today. Oh, God damn it. I got to edit that video. It's not that fantastic, but I wanted to do 8th mile testing because the hood is starting to fly up on the fucking thing. And I'm like, why is the hood flying? I figured out why. I think it has to do with air coming in from the bottom. The splash shield is missing. So it's just pressurizing the engine bay and it's causing a weird buffeting. So I got to figure that out. Rooster says, good morning, Alex. Good morning, everybody. Alex, have you seen the video from SPE Motorsports? Has SPE Motorsports done anything in Mustangs ever? Yes or no? Before you ask a question, have they ever done anything Billy Badass with Mustang tuning? Yes or no? Before you ask that question. Alex, I've been tossing up selling my boosted S197. Just don't really drive much. When you don't have a Mustang, you really miss not having one. Well, Big Stewie, if you don't drive your car enough, I would sell it. Because it's just going to sit there rotting unless you can afford to let it sit. If you have a garage, you can put it up on jack stands, unload the tires, unload the suspension, and you can just let it sit for months on end. Sure, keep it. It's not costing you anything. If you need cash, get rid of it. If you don't need cash, you don't need to get rid of it. Just keep it around. Got to have AC. Driving in the rain without it sucks. Who the fuck? I can't even talk to people. I know you're not into race car shit, but someone is trying to go fast, consistently build a dragster. They're fun as fuck. Yeah, no, literally never. Do you think the Fairmont will ever go 670? What? No. Cole Daniel, the moment you get to the 7.7s, every 10th or 2 to go quicker costs you insane amount of money, insane amount of parts. It gets ridiculously more expensive. I'll give you an example, right? Let's look at Brett's car, for example. So his first car was an S197, proper. And he was going 7.3, right? Like 7.3, I think, is the quickest he went with that car. Or did he get it to go like 7.0? I don't know. I don't follow. Then he bought Joel Steele's other car, chassis car. Joel Steele spent, according to the interview that he had here, over $300,000 to get that car going. $300,000. So Brett bought that, put his stuff on that, ended up going, bottom sixes, no problem. But then he's like, okay, I got to take it to the next level. So he was a 620, so to go from 7.0 or 7.1 to 650/40, it took someone else building a $300,000 vetted car that he could put his stuff into for him to go to that next level. Then he wanted to go even further to the next level. So it is a completely new chassis, completely engineered with stuff that he learned from the first and second. So I gotta let you guys know that I don't think it's worth it unless you have a business tied to how fast you go. Like the direct correlation between how fast I go and how much business I get has to make sense. I can't just go, well, I just want to personally go. Why? 7.9 is fine, and it's reasonably attainable. You can reasonably go 7.9. Do I want to get rid of all my projects to have one car that goes 7.9? No. I'd rather have 3 8-second cars than 3 8-second cars that I can drive anywhere with pump E85 than one Billy Badass race car that goes 6s. Just the way I think. I like driving my cars a lot. Sorry for the high case letters. Well stated. Roof. Rooster going to catch smoke. No. I'm just saying, whenever you guys get on the internet and see somebody say they did something, look at the background and go, have they ever done anything before? If yes, cool. If no, take it with a grain of salt. Saw a twin turbo R8 on beadlocks casually parked in a gravel parking lot at the farmer's market. It's beautiful. Chuck says, reason why racers run hydraulic fluid versus trans fluid is trans fluid has friction modifier in it to make shift smoother. Hydraulic fluid allows for less slip. Yeah, but there's other things involved in that. You know that. So it firms everything up is what... I'm not even going to get involved because you get involved in like, what do you need in a trans... Okay, you're talking about a race car. A race car that has 3 speeds or 2. A turbo 400, a 350, or a glide. And you manually go 1, no, it's in 1. You click it once, it's in 2. You click it one more time, it's in 3rd. Now let's talk 10R80. Where it's clicking and clacking solenoids all over the place with Hall sensors, Hall effect sensors, and doing all this bullshit like this. You cannot compare the. You just stop. Alex, my car was sitting for 5 months with the 85. I switched over to 91 and ran through a tank and a half. Do you think it's safe to throw a little octane booster in it and put it in boost? I would run a couple of tanks through it before you do that. I visited here, Southwest Florida, refound your channel from years ago. I don't know. It never got lost. It's always been here. I wonder if Thunder would put the AC back in the GT500 for a decent price. I can answer that really quickly. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. $20,000 for every 310s. I don't know, Alex. Like I said before, I'm new to the Coyote game. Do your research. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, they cracked the code. I think it's good. This is a good part about having an untunable Mustang. You're going to see what it takes to make that car go nominally faster than if you had computer programming available. You're going to see the amount of bullshit people have to go through just to make that car run the number it should run if tuning was open. You're going to have weird shit. You're going to have tricking the ECU for this, tricking the ECU for that, scaling this box does this. and it fools the pedal signal and it outputs to the 2 throttle bodies, and then it does stock computer, tunes open, here you go. But I like that so that you guys remember. Imagine a brand new vehicle have to have more bullshit attached to it than a 23 and under vehicle. Imagine you go, wait a minute, I thought we advanced technology here. I thought we went forward with the thought process of technology. Why are we now back with math extenders and weird, map sensor scaling and blah, blah, blah? Throttle body, this and that. Look, I have 0.0 interest in the 24 GT because tuning is not available, so I don't care about it. As a enthusiast, as a fan, as a consumer, I would not even look in the direction of Mustang if I wanted to go fast on newer stuff. I think he got 6.9 max effort after he put a turbo 400 in it. Do you know if Tustin 5.0 in Florida? No, don't know, and don't care to collaborate and don't care. Nice guy, cool. I don't care. Speaking of autos, okay, you got to understand. I don't want to collaborate with anybody. I don't want to be on anyone's channel. I don't want to fuck with anybody. I'm going to be honest with you, it has done nothing to grow my shit. If anything, okay, look. How many of you, aside from Street Alpha Podcast did help. How many of you have seen me on other channels and me get a huge amount of views, because of me being on their channel versus the other way around? Go to the channels that I've gone to do interviews in, and see the views. Like, you see people that are known people, connected people, right? And they have like a lot of views. And then you see my stupid face, and you're like, oh, let me see. And then I'm dropping knowledge. I'm dropping knowledge. And the views are like right up against people that are like famous. But I'm not famous. I know stuff for the Ford platform. And I talk to you like a normal person, and I make you laugh a little bit. Their numbers are astronomical. And I go, okay, so the collaboration only helps them. It doesn't help me. It's not like I saw another 3,000 subs because of anyone that I've gone to, right? So I'm like, I'm just gonna roll out on my own. I'm gonna do it different than the rest. And yes, I get it. If it stunts my growth, that's okay. But it'll be my way. It'll be the way I want to do it. And if I get to 100,000 in like 3 years or something, that's like the way I wanted to do it. Can I build a diesel Mustang and have smoke billowing in someone's face and clickbait dumb shit? Absolutely. And get viewers? Absolutely. Would I be like dying inside? Absolutely. No, thank you. Michael Weatherby says, I have a buddy who constantly talks shit about me not getting a 10-speed. Now he wants a 17 GT just to buy it, build it, boost it, and then sell it again and get into another car. Wildest shit ever. At what power level should you go to second gear leave? Let me use my powers of reading your mind to know what vehicle you have. Got my car back with the new Circle D Pro converter in it. The way it drives tells me the converter was messed up from day one. Revert it to R3 tune before you had to mess with to make it work. So, okay, Army Ed, can we talk openly about this? Army Ed, let me ask you, because I'm going to give you the right of refusal here. Can we talk openly about this? Because I remember the stuff you said in the ticket. I remember. And I remember my reply to you. And it was, and again, Army Ed, don't take offense. You basically said, before I say anything, Army Ed, can I openly talk about this? I'm willing to openly talk about it because a lot of people need to hear, I think, what I'm about to say. Because you said some stuff in the ticket system that, I hear a lot. And I go, I'm going to do this for you once, but I never have to. I never should have to. So standing firm on business is one of those things where it becomes a fight in the ticket system. And this time I didn't stand on business. This time I said, okay, I'll work with you to see if it smooths out your issue. He ended up having torque converter issues and then go from there. Okay, so I appreciate that. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, Army Ed, you were tuned by Glasses Inside for a little bit, right? And you said in the ticket system, the Glasses Inside tune doesn't do it, yours does. Yes or no? I'm gonna wait. And again, I'm not looking to make you look like shit. I'm just saying, did you say the Glasses Inside tune didn't do it? Yours does, meaning yours, Lund's, has an issue. Glasses Inside doesn't have an issue. And I said, that doesn't make any sense. So then we fixed the issue by doing, okay, thank you, I appreciate that. Hey, I really do appreciate your honesty. Okay. So this is something that we hear all the time. This guy's tune doesn't do it. Yours does. But I like the way yours drives better, but you have this little issue. And in the log, I'm looking at the converter to go unlock, lock, unlock, lock, unlock, steady state. And I'm like, that's not a tune issue, but we hid it. We hid it in the tune. So you guys, not you, Army Ed, but generally you guys would say, well, see, it was a tune related issue the whole time. So then later on, you have a torque converter just fall apart. And I go, okay. This just verifies that I'm going to stand firm on anything that you guys complain about that I haven't heard about. Now, I'm going to make a video talking about engines. You know, remember the build series videos? Well, I'm going to make a video like that. Motivation is tough. It's just a huge thought process. So I have to like get in the certain zone about motors. A lot of you guys, for whatever reason, are still stuck on motors. What about this motor builder? What about that motor builder? What about this motor builder? And then you have a guy right here, that has worked in a system that on average tunes 50 to 100 more times cars than the next best Coyote tuner. I've done that for 10 years. I have seen what people do for combos, what works, what doesn't work, this and this and that. And then I simply tell you that up to 1,000 rear wheel horsepower, you want an illuminator, and above that, you want an FFRE motor. And you guys lose your fucking minds. You lose your minds. But I saw on the internet this guy. But I saw on the internet that guy. And then, right, that same guy you saw on the internet realizes the shit he said 2 months ago is wrong. And then he tries to school you on motors, right? Have you seen people go, oh, dude, this motor's the best ever. Oh, it blew up. But it blew up not because of me. It blew up because of another reason. The same motor company sent me another motor here. It blew up again. Okay, so now I'm going to throw different gaskets in it. Oh, it blew up again. You know what? After a year of telling you that it's not the motor issue, I think my issue is the builder. And then I go, So I'm just mind blown that if I trust somebody that has way more data in his head based on experience than anybody else in the industry that's willing to talk publicly about it, like I do, I'm blown away that anyone questions it. Blown away that anyone questions it. But you guys question it, not you guys. I'm saying in general. It's pretty difficult. Parker said, "Good morning, Dio and Peasants. Just getting into my first 5K. Oh, you went for a jog?" He said a 5K. What's a 5K? 3 miles? Congratulations. Congratulations. Kenneth Quinn gave me $20. Thank you so much. And Kenneth Quinn, 50. What the fuck are you doing, brother? Why are you giving me so much? I love it, but I feel like, well, do you want an over the pants hand job? Like, what do you want? Give the man a break. Your interview with Street Alpha Podcast really intrigued me into the Coyote platform. let's go see where we're at. Because I never met him. He just asked me to like, hey, you're like some guy, some coyote guy. Okay, so Street Alpha podcast. So what are the highest viewed Street Alpha podcast stuff? Alex Flores. 368,000. Let me see. Is it most watched? Subscriptions, filters, videos. Okay, videos. And okay, so okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna erase that. I'm gonna go to his main channel. Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! He's got 382,000 videos. Is there like a most popular? Here we go. Yeah, he's got, okay, look it. So this is his popular thing, right? So he's got some guy named Ralph Barboza, never heard of him, comedian, but good for him. Whatever, some guy with a helmet on, Dan Rue, Mikey Mike, One Stock, and then me. Like, you know, who the fuck is this guy? Right? Like these two guys, maybe you can go, maybe the last three, like 1, 2, 3, you go, who are these guys? This guy probably because of, you know, he has a blacked out Corvette and he races and he ducks the cops and stuff like that. More than Adam LZ. Adam LZ, a drifter, a somebody, right? This guy, don't get me started on that. So, you know, that's what kind of makes me laugh. When I go on these and I drop knowledge, people start going, oh, he's saying some stuff that I can learn, and he's saying some stuff. And then I go, yeah, I go by sheer experience. And I don't mince words when it comes to that. And I'm willing to, you know, stand on business, whatever. So I wonder, like a lot of people ask me to go on their shit. And I'm like, meh. A lot of people want to come on my shit. And I'm like, meh, heyo. So I'm just going to ride dolo. And if I make it, it's me. If I don't make it, 100% on me. 3.2 miles. Whoa, don't get winded. Got to get to work. I'll catch replay. Go to me, go. Thank you very much. Buy once, cry once, FFRE. It does an injustice to the customer when you mask an issue to not make him aware of it. So with Army Ed, I did not know I was masking an issue. This is all I heard. It doesn't do it with this guy's tune. It does it with your tune. Okay. All right. So I guess I'm hacking my way around it. Hacked my way around it. He was happy. Torque converter exploded or whatever. So I went, you know, and it was a steady state thing. It was a steady state cruise thing. Tukes moved to Florida. Yeah. He's smart. He moved to Florida. I mean, it's going to be a pro and a con. You know, I'm excited for him that he moved to Florida. I don't know what that's gonna do in terms of like people wanting him to like rep their stuff. He's gonna look, he already has experienced the industry. You see the story with his car. He is RB. I guess that's a Nissan motor. Again, guys, I'm not shy to tell you I don't know shit about Jap stuff. Like when I said is Jap bad to say? I guess. That was probably my favorite part of the interview. When I go, is it bad to say Jap? Let me see if I can find it.
I had 3,000 RPMs and only bad stuff can happen. Turbo totally.
Let me see.
Like it was like a completely different. Like it was a complete redesign. Predator block. Similar displacement, totally different block.
Right.
So in 2019, the 350 supposedly carries a Predator block, but it still has a flat plane crank in it.
Why does it? Why is this part the most
bullshit way of saying the separation between the, you know, not the peak, under the curve. So let's say, for instance,
this is the most replayed part.
You can make the most power, and the power potential from the Coyote, as you can see right now, is pretty ridiculous. What you can do with it with a Coyote motor.
Okay, I'm waiting for I was looking for the part where I was like, he used to have episodes, you know. Like I'm sorry, like the chapters, but I guess it's all gone. But the part where I was like, I don't know shit about Jap motors, but he is now experiencing what most people experience, where they go to a shop, maybe the shop's like, bro, we got you, bro. come bring your car here. We're going to make it RB swap. It's going to be badass. And then the shop did not take care of him. And he has to play that game of like, okay, who do I say yes to? Who do I say no to? And I would love to work with certain people, but I don't trust anybody, man. I don't trust anybody. There is no shop that I trust. I love you. I love you if you're a fan of the show. I don't trust any fucking shop. Because every time I do the work, the car just works. And I'm like, how is it that I just bolt shit together and it works? And when shops bolt shit together, I have to like, I don't get it. Alex on Street Alpha was when I realized that I was an NPC 392 driver. I got to listen to that interview again and like clip the funny parts that have to do with 392, something about getting stolen. The jokes were in there. It was a good time. It was 3 hours. We could have talked another 3 hours. That was a wild time in my life too. Just got out of a relationship. I had a tooth issue back then, and I had like a insert in my mouth. So like, you want to talk about not feeling great around that time? It's like when that happened. But I was like, look, if I'm gonna take the opportunity to grow at any point, it'll be now. And Jake was nice enough to let me borrow a shop. Tooks came down. I picked him up from the train station. Where's the part where I talk about Japs? I just want to see that part. Pull up for precise seeking. Oh no, it's just too much work for me. I just need German. I need someone to do it for me. I'm just too lazy to look through the whole thing all over again. Junior just finished a tune, says D-Rock Fox. 20,000 later, it's fixed. Haven't driven the car in 3 years. Motorbill is up. Breadman, have you shined a flashlight in the hole? Dude, fuck. Look, you have no idea how accurate what you just said was. So I'll be hitting you up tomorrow to make sure my tunes are the proper ones, sending some logs to verify everything's happy now that it's working properly. Army Ed, whatever tune you have that is working, let me know that tune, send that log, and if it all looks good, send you on your way, and you can enjoy your summer. When you say Jap, it really shows your age, Theo. I do it on purpose. Like, see, I grew up around older people. At 18 years old, I went to the track at Lebanon Valley Dragway with my fucking 87 GT and ran 15-1. And there was a guy there with a 388 mini tubbed Camaro 70.5 NA running 1090, 1080. And I'm like, what? Right? Now that we know that NA cars can go 10s. And I was like hovering, and I was like, man, I'm so sorry. I need to ask you some questions. And he's like, yeah, what's up, buddy? 18 years old. And I said, so like, how do you make this thing go that number? And what do you think I can do to my car to run that number? And he just brain dump, just dumped knowledge right off the rip. He goes, well, I see you up there and you're staging great. He goes, who taught you how to stage? I go, NHRA. Like, I watched NHRA racing. He's like, yeah, you courtesy stage? I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I? He goes, yeah, most people don't do that. They're fucking retarded. I'm like, oh, okay. And then he's like, your car runs 15-1, so, what gear ratio? And then he just went down the list. Then I got hooked up with a bunch of other guys who work on cars. They were in their 30s and 40s. So the way they talk just stuck to me. I know saying Jap is derogatory, but it's funny. Hola, Alex, ¿de qué parte de Puerto Rico eres o viviste? De tu familia. Ningún sitio. Holyoke, Massachusetts. Because according to you, Boricuas, I'm not Puerto Rican. So, soy americano, mi familia es de Puerto Rico. Yo no sé nada de la isla. Holyoke, Massachusetts. Thanks to you, I avoided the 10R80. I just want a 5-second 60 to 130 car. Hey, you buy my GT500. After I detail it, $45,000, it's yours. Got a question? No, I'm not going to sell it to you. Oh, the tuning and the twin throttle, but fuck that. I'll give it to you with a completely different blower. Stanny Boy says, got a question related to the Gen 3 10R80. What's the power range that it would be safe without needing to send the trans off to a shop? Gen 1 power, 700 to 750. It should be okay. Jimmy says, finally got a shifter for my Ford GT, a new clutch with a braided line. I know I'm behind the curve, but what a game changer. Poor people stuff. Army S says, too easy. Appreciate all the help. You got it, brother. I didn't want to blast you because you seem like a nice guy. You came, it in the ticket system, you didn't be like, hey, you know what, this tune's better than yours. No, you were good. And I think I pushed back a little bit, was like, man, you know, this thing usually never needs a tune, but I'm going to help you out. 20, Rooster. Hey, Alex, I'm not trying to annoy you with the stupid questions. My bad. I'm just trying to learn. I never build any cars. Gotcha. I've been watching a live stream for the past two days straight. I just want to learn from the best. I mean, I'm not the defined best. Okay, look, Rooster, the nice thing about my channel is if you go back in the matrix from the live streams, you're going to figure out a lot of stuff. Watch the build series. Rooster, watch the build series. Sit there and watch the build series. Build series, how to build a Gen 1 6R, how to build a manual, how to build a Gen 2, how to build a Gen 3. Is it like the Bible? Fuck no. But even the Bible is open to interpretation. You know what I'm saying? So you can take that as a guideline. Okay, Alex tells me this, and then you can have at least some knowledge to be able to drop on people at the fucking meet or on Facebook. Hell, do yourself a favor. And I've done this. Don't comment on Facebook. Don't comment on Instagram. Don't comment. They're retarded. The ones that are fast are not on Instagram. They don't got the time to be on Instagram or on Facebook. The fast guys do fast shit and run fast. Everybody else is on Facebook. It varies. Okay. I said Jap to a dude with a Jap wife and 2 daughters, and he looked uncomfortable. Never seen anyone about to cry before. I thought Jap was just short for Japanese. It is. Until I was like 25, it was derogatory. I still don't even understand how a short version of a word is, but someone decided it was. It's like saying, spick, Hispanic. Holio, the city with a big VA center that got invaded with COVID. Abso-freaking-lutely. Does GT500 come with a billionaire's number? Checking it. Look, I'm not selling that GT500 unless it's like perfect. And the guy that's going to detail it, let's say I run the 8, then I detail it. It'll probably sit until like I get a buyer and be like, okay, this is what's up. I don't think I'm going to give it to you with a twin inlet Magnuson. At all. I'll probably sell it just a rolling chassis or something. Like, no, I just don't want to hear any bullshit and try to tune around any silly issues. I'm used to it. I know how to make it drive well. I'm not interested in making it drive well for you. Should I coyote swap a 350Z? Hell yeah. I like these cars. 350Z. I would love to coyote swap these because I like how they look. Call me crazy. I like the what do you call the Nismo one? Z. I would love to coyote swap this. And you guys might think I'm crazy, but I like how it looks. I don't know. Call me psycho. I would take that and put a proper coyote in it. Oh, but what about what is it, a VQ or something like that? I don't give a fuck about VQ nothing. I want to shove a coyote in that. Just like the guy that shoved the Hellcat motor in his, I would shove a coyote motor in that. I would absolutely love to make this channel a coyote swap channel. It's just, that investment, how much is, here we go, cars.com. 350Z Nismo. The reason I want to do a Nismo is probably, isn't that the highest version of that piece of shit? 37,000, suck a dick. I'm doing a Corvette, so okay, I coyote swap a GT500. I'm gonna coyote swap a Corvette, ZR1, mind you. Yeah, I want to start pissing off the Jap dudes. There we go. Oh man, these are sorry though, right? These are sorry as shit. I want like a nice one. Like, what's a nice non-Nismo gay? $6,000, bro. Let's go. Grand Touring, 17,000. Okay. All right. Okay. I want a nice specced out one. Like pretty. I want it to be pretty. This looks pretty good. Let's see. Let's coyote swap a Z or a Z. Really piss off the Ching Chong boys. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Oh my fucking God. Diablo, qué porquería. Mira esa mierda. What? Wait. That's not turbo? Wait, is that NA? Is that NA? Bro, is that an A? Is it sucking air through that filter, going through the intercooler, then into the engine? Diablo, give me... Please tell me that's turbo. Please tell me that's a big honking turbo. Okay, he's got a boost controller. Good. I still don't make sense. Ew. Bro, is that for real? Man, I don't like that at all. Probably smells. Damn, this is Puerto Rican up. Diablo, este boricua, super boricua. Nah, I don't know. Okay, I might be changing my mind on this situation. This is such an ugly car. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to change my mind. I'll probably do a Genesis before that piece of shit. Oh my God. Que mierda. What a piece of junk. Vincent says, stupid, almost insulting question, but aside from daily driving, what's the difference between my blah, blah, blah tune between... Stupid, almost insulting question, but aside from daily drivability, I mean, probably nothing. Aside from the car being able to drive, the thing that I do 90% of the time, start, put it in gear, drive to Costco, aside from the major case use of the vehicle, what's the difference between the two? God, yeah. As someone who started with Hondas, when I think about the Coyote platform and I see this Honda B Series, K Series, awesome platform, so much variety for interchanging parts and swaps. LS swap caught on fire of start. I think it was my sign from Ford from day one. You see, nowadays, words mean a bigger crime than committing an actual crime. Yeah, not anymore. Not in the U.S. We say retarded now. It's all good. Since Kyle has your number, has he tried to slide some D-pics in your inbox? No, not yet. And I'm a little disappointed about that. Nissan was in their bag designing the car. Let's be real. Okay. Appreciate the number given. I watched on the video of the Coyote Supercharged combos, but I'm all around too new to these to engines to all around to having owned nothing but 302 Windsor beforehand. You're at least on the right track. Boss man got his ball 302 in. He's definitely a fucking boomer. Dude got upset. It got rained on. Actually, that isn't a bad idea at all. That's a valid. Get that VQ out of there. The 370Z is a really good looking car. A Coyote Shop 350Z would be dope. Always liked the lines of that car. I just didn't like the interior. 350Z has been ragged out by the drift community. I agree. 370 has a Nismo. Got it. He sure Edgared this up. Yeah, exactly. I love that. Could you imagine sending something to someone and it's just a high mile thing and they're like, man, this thing's all Edgared up. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what color is your ZR1? What color is your ZR1? Oh, but what? Theo, you tuned my 2-valve. No, I didn't. Bullshit. Okay, he said, Theo, tune my 2-valve. Yo si te pago, already unfortunately invested all my money into 2-valve. After this, it'll be Coyote Swap. I get it. Look, I know Joe is finally out there advertising that he's tuning. So take your 2-valve, 3-valve to Joe. Joe, good enough. I'm good. A D-Mass in the bumper. Last 2 years of the Z's are really nice. Smells like black ice. Because if I say black ice, people will be like, what do you mean? 55 Chevy with a Coyote. It's an easier platform to do shit in because there's like no body control module. To be honest with you, that's what I should be doing. I should be Coyote swapping old cars that have like no body control module, key to start, like just like the Fairmont, just very easy. Just throw something on there, make sure the tail lights and signal lights work, and just like throw Coyotes in old cars. But then the problem is you run into old car problems. You run into the problem of like the suspension needing to be completely redone, the rot around the window trim, and it's like, do you really want to do that? No. So the reason I like newer cars is because they're less beat, right? So if I was to get a 370Z, let me see, 370Z for sale, near me. Images, Car Gurus, here we go. Nissan 370Zs. Let's see. They're probably starting at 35. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, when they're nice, you pay. And actually, 27 is not bad, but I want something like spec'd out nice. This is a Sport. Nismo. Oh, what? 22,000. Yeah. Man, this dealership has the most ragged out stuff. I don't know where it's at. Fort Lauderdale, bro. You know that thing's chopped in half. Okay, this is okay. All right, so we're on the right track. So a 370Z Nismo would probably be something to Coyote swap. I guarantee this thing stinks. I guarantee that fucking thing stinks, bro. Let me see if there's Nismos over here. Is there a trim? One Nismo. Gay. Distance. Doesn't say distance. So yeah, there's only one Nismo. So yeah, that'd be the one I'd fuck with. The Nismo, because it looks good. It does look good. Its interior is a lot better than the other piece of shit that I saw. That thing looked like it smelled. You want a 370, not 350. Got it. Understood. Again, I don't know the platform, and I want to know how much room I have in there to fuck with. Okay. Go for maximum hate, Coyote swap, and RX-7. No, it attracts just the worst of humanity. The RX-7s attract the worst of whatever race is into those cars. Show me a white guy that's into RX-7s. Show me a Mexican that's into RX-7s. Show me a Puerto Rican that's into RX-7s. Show me a black guy that's into RX-7s. They're the worst of that race. Tell me I'm wrong. Coyote Shop the World. It's a Lund DBA PBD. I see that Delta 88. I sent you your email. Yeah, that shit is whack. Bro, what are you doing sending me junk? You're literally sending me junk cars. Just back, WKRP 37. Well, you're old. You're old. Just got back into the car scene a couple of years ago. Been raising my kids on my own for the last 18 years. Got an 18 Mustang 6-speed, but shifts so different than old days. Tried NA, but want more. What? Oh, just put boost to it. WKRP 37, just put 10 PSI to it. It changes everything. PD blower, Whipple, Edelbrock, TVS, Magnuson, whatever they sell. 10 PSI, 93 octane. You'll be a happy guy. Someone was for sure warming up tortillas on that 350 motor. 300ZX Datsun. What's up, Alex? On all the video of your buddy Donnie's car. Do you plan on putting an anti-roll bar on S197? Yes. That's next. I did 60-foot testing yesterday. I got it down to a 1.9, low 1.9s consistently. I've only done 8th mile hits because at 100, the hood looks like it's going to fly off. So I got to remedy that issue before I start doing quarter mile hits. But it's starting to get hot as fuck out there. So, you know what that means. It's going to be, late fall before I get after it again. What's the difference between a 350 and a 370? No idea. The engine size, I guess. Coyote swap a Subaru all-wheel drive Coyote. Would you? Okay, you're sounding like my brother. Would you trust something like a Holly controlling your Coyote? Sure. Or a Ford control pack? Both. I think Holly Fuel Tech. They all can control it. Fine. There was a guy who owned a Nismo who called whoa, I'm done. Yeah, exactly. Smells like cocoa butter and black mouths. Wow, the worst of whatever race is into those cars. It's true. You said Mexican twice. Puerto Rican and Mexican. Fucking shine box. So, as a Mopar guy, Coyote swap a scat pack just to troll. No, because it's going to get stolen. And they're going to be like, man, what the? We stole this. We done stole this thing. And they got a fucking stupid ass Coyote motor in it, man. I ain't gonna finna swap that thing into anything. What the fuck am I looking to do with that shit? What the hell's this? I thought it was an 8 HP. I need a 6R8 and a Coyote. What the fuck? Yeah, you wouldn't know what to do with it. It's still gonna get stolen. And then once they get it to the garage, they're like, I can't sell this shit. I can't put. It doesn't go. I like the RX-7. They'll put me in that box. Oh, you're in that box. Yo, dropping a like and a catch a replay. They were Coyote swapping BRZs a few years back. I don't think it really took off, though. Hey, I like RS7s, but I know what you mean. A lot of rotary guys are shit. So there's a whole chunk of the Puerto Rican community that are fanatical about racing. And if you were to say 90% of those are rotary fans, you'd be correct. What that means is eat, sleep, everything, talk shit, live in the racing bubble. You don't leave it. So if there's 100% of those guys in the island, 90% of those guys have a rotary, because it is almost like an underdog story. It's an underdog story. Oh, todo lo que hay. And they like the high revving sound, the blue smoke, the two-step, and you cannot reason with these people. You can't reason with them. This is what happens when you race a rotary guy, right? Let's say I have a 351 Windsor, Fox body, C4, C4 transmission, 150 shot, 8.8 built, 28.10.5 on a 15.10 and a 15.3.5 in the front, 90.10s, Lakewood 50.50s, solid 970, right? 970 car. And I race a fully built turbo Corona. And I dog it. Ah! Right? What do you think I'm going to hear when I get back at the spot? Of course you beat me. You got a bigger motor. You got a bigger this. You got the nitro. All the da. I got just this little thing right here. Little rotary. If I had a motor there, if grandma had balls, she'd be grandpa. So that's why I don't fuck with. And you got rotary? I'm good. I'm not. Oh, you're scared? Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared of catching AIDS. Fuck these people. Kylie Schwab, Scat Pack, be trifling. Joe, I got a 92 second owner car. Okay, talking. Hey man, guess how many cylinders my RX-7 has? 0. Rotole lo que hay. Bripol. Mira, todo tiene un bripol. Escucha cómo se oye. Tiene un bripol. Have you ever seen a guy with a RX-7 just leave a parking lot? One thing you will never see a guy with an RX-7 or a rotary equipped vehicle do is this. At a light. Nope. It's every fucking one of you. You don't know how. Why do you gotta rev it all the time? Why do you gotta rev it? Does it not idle? Guys, do RX-7s not idle? Do they don't just sit there revving, idling? No. Shut the fuck up and let it idle. Take off out of light like a normal person. Don't be a fucking asshole. The moment I see Mustang drivers do that, backing up, wah, 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 wah. I'm like, get the fuck out of here too. I want nothing to do with you stupid sons of bitches. Alex, don't run from me, says, really gay got lost. Sorry to, yeah, they're badass platform for sure. What did Minibike say? It was like his father's car or something. I hope not. They're going to be pissed. And no, Hemi had a Mitsubishi Galant VR4. The thing was fast as hell. There was a Coyote Swap 370 LZ video. Barely fits, but it's possible. Yeah, maybe not. I don't want any. Yeah. Remember Puerto Rico at ACO RX-7. 25 motherfuckers on the line for one car to make it hit. And then it just dies. You'd hear gunshots. It's not just them. Literally any tuner that's not like copy. Okay, it's not just them. Literally any tuner that's not like just copies files from London some way. I see it all the time in all a matter of form. I met one RX-7 guy 20 years ago, total meth head, car burned a gallon of coolant every 1,000 miles. Have you ever heard of a rotary car try to warm start? Alex, load up the... Alex, they load up. That's the issue. Then it's a tuning problem, mini bike. Right? If the car doesn't idle, is it not a tuning problem? I've thought about selling my 18 and getting a 14 GT500 and build from there. Okay. If you're going to stay under 800 horse or 850, I think compared to a Gen 3 manual, the GT500 is a better car. The GT500 is a better car compared to a Gen 3 manual, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. I agree. In a straight line. Turning? GT500 is a carriage. Alex, Minibad Madman was talking about his Galant VR4. In the newer Mustangs, you can literally just use the clutch to park. Right. Oscar says, checking in late. I woke up from my present sleep since I have no responsibilities. Good for you. Coño, go. It's nice to be Puerto Rican. A guy does the same with his 10R80 Roush Gen 3, revs and auto for no reason. When I tell people, when people in the ticket system go, can you raise my neutral rev limiter? And then I go, sure. Auto. There's a moment where I go, do I just send the tune? Or do I need to have a conversation as to how retarded this guy is? Why do you want your rev limiter raised in neutral in park? It's like a rev in car shows. Theo had a couple buddies who had rotaries. Owner's manual says to rev the rotary to high rams. If you don't, it prematurely wears out the seals. How about don't fucking support that platform? You know, if you let a car idle, it'll kill the seals. I'm never running this piece of shit platform then. Does Lund? No. Lund tunes stock ECU stuff only. Off to mold the yard. Peace out. Hey, good job. 2004 Viper in Orlando for 36K. It's a fucking 04. I want a Gen 5, nothing else. And I'm not going to. At this point, they've become unobtainium. 150 for like a basic bitch TA. Maybe 200. So confirm that you rev the piss out of them. Got it, Matt Oliver. Right. Sometimes you got to rev it high for the kids. Yeah, no. They fuck them kids. Rev it. Fuck you, kid. You gonna buy the motor if I spin around? Oh, no. Is your mom gonna suck this dick to pay? I revved it for you. Oh, what? Yeah, I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna be the guy that goes out to do charity events. I'm not gonna fuck them kids. Fuck all those kids. Hey, Revit, shut up. Fuck you. I'm cruising. Yesterday there was a guy in a VW GTI. It's like, and I know he's next to me, and I'm just literally ignoring him. I'm like, in the GT500 on slicks on 95, and I'm like, fuck me, you know. And then I look over, and he's like, and I'm like, I just don't care. I don't care about charity. I don't care about kids. I'm not gonna. No, I'm not. I am realistic. I don't give a fuck about any of those causes. It's all about me. Fuck everyone else. Nobody has a Toys for Alex program. Nobody has a look out for Alex program. I have to provide a service. You guys watch. I get paid based on the viewership or the membership of that service. Okay. When motherfuckers start looking out for me, then things change. Until then, fuck them kids. Not once have I ever asked to raise the rev limiter. No. Thank God. His mom's head ain't worth a new motor. Let's be real here. Right. Probably the worst sloppy toppy, you know, just rhythmic, deep, lots of slobber, real easy. Most women don't know what the fuck they're doing. But when they cheat, they know what they're doing. Oh, ain't that some shit? When you're the guy, when you're Sancho Plumbing Services, you figure out real quick that it's not that they don't know, it's that they don't want to. I remember you told Senior that 10R80 has protections from Ford so the transmission can live a lot longer. Absolutely. He knows that. I don't have to tell him that. I peeled out my 88 Firebird for some kids the other day. Just a little baby burnout, though. Just enough to screw the tires. The diffs on those cars are made of paper mache. There was a guy up this way 2 weeks ago who crashed his GT3 RS into a tree, leaving Cars and Coffee event trying to impress the kids with their cameras. Exactly. Is that the one that was up on the tree? The red and gray one? I wouldn't mind a Gen 2 Viper with a Coyote. That's ridiculous. Dio, show us pics from when you had hair. Alex, you look really good in a Miata. No, I don't. No, thank you. I barely fit in a Fox body. Could you have made Ricer volume? Could have made Ricer Files Volume 3? Was it an auto car, Alex? Did you hear that motherfucker farting all the way down the road? Do cam phaser issues on the Gen 2 cause misfires? I mean, it can. If there's a phaser issue, yeah. If there's a phaser issue and it's like, if anything, if there's a phaser issue, the car will report an issue. See, the car is looking for a certain cam angle versed on the math in the tune, and if it reports an issue, then you have a phaser issue. But a misfire is either a issue with a combustion event, an O2 signal, or something going on with the clutch and crank sensor that could be causing an issue. At least you're honest. I'm not dishonest. Look, you're not going to see, Alex, don't you want to go to this charity event for the kid? No, I don't. Bitch is going to be there. It's going to be good birria tacos. There's going to be like good tacos and good food. And like adults that don't say stupid shit. Okay, I'm in. Oh, but these kids, yeah, I don't care. I had a guy try to convince me to get an R35. I looked at the cost to build it versus GT. Easy choice. Yes, Lake Mary. Hey, Alex, what are your thoughts on an F1? I think it's gay. I don't give a fuck about F1. It's so stupid. And so's NASCAR. NASCAR's gotten even gayer. Even the actual NASCAR drivers hate NASCAR. Like, I actually gave a fuck. Given? Gaved? I was watching a race, and the guy's like, man, this new car fucking sucks. You can't draft people you want to draft with, and they penalize you for drafting. And I'm like, click. Not watching this. No way you fit in a 370 tiny inside. Let me see. Where's the video of GT3 RS crashing? GT3 RS crashing Orlando. There you go. Dude, probably a short. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. So this is the guy. Apparently, this guy crashed into a fucking tree. Bro. Stop. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. You dumb you. Wow. Oh, you're still in it. You're still. How? Okay. Do we have to like go through this? Right there, let off. Let off. Car's straight. Right here. Boom. No correction. Wheel is straight. Corrects way too late. Right around there starts to correct. Overcorrects. Slams the curb. Goes up. Wheels are still turned to the left. Guess where the car goes? Once it hits pavement. To the left. Yep. Then he goes to the right. Well, not even. He didn't try to correct that bitch. Boom. Stupid. You stupid. Look at this fucking thing. Lake Mary. Was he one of JD's people? Oh my god, this production. Look at the kid.
Oh, yo!
Yo.
Oh my, okay. Yo! Oh my, yo!
Look at this guy's gonna get run over.
Damn, okay.
They love it. They're like in heaven. Wow. And you know what? People that own these cars, by and large, are retards. Rich retards. Yeah. Rich retards. Congratulations. Congratulations, rich retard. All that money didn't buy you any fucking driving talent. Stupid. Unbelievable. What a stupid. Hey, Alex, I like the live stream when you're talking about VMP and you had a mask, a wiggle on. I laughed my ass off. I don't know what you're talking about. Somebody welcome that guy to the Mustang community. Oh my God, quit trying to show out people. Bro, trying to go left, turn right. Motherfucker watched Cars way too many times. Never watched it. Damn, talking about no skills. Gen 2 ticks, loud on startup, passenger side, stops and idles, normal. What you think? No idea. Car blew up. JD stays catching strays. It's all-wheel drive for a tree. Little 1320s in the making. 2.2E, high performance, low performance driver. What a beautiful car it was. Yeah. Every time I see a GT3 RS, Lambo, even McLarens, I go, you're probably a non-driving motherfucker, because you need that car to make you like seem badass, and you're probably a fucking dud-ass driver. So, yeah, whatever. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I'm better than most of schmucks like that. Hey, do a burnout. No. These are $600 each tires. Fuck you, you know? Fuck that. Like your channel, I'm from East Hartford, Connecticut. Diablo, you're very Puerto Rican. You spoke good Spanish. Don't feel like that. You have a lot Puerto Ricans like your channel. Look at the commas. Like your channel. I'm from East Hartford, comma. You spoke good Spanish, comma. Don't feel like that, comma. You have a lot, comma. Puerto Ricans, comma. Like your channel, comma. I'm Puerto Rican, comma. In love Fords, comma. I have, comma. 88 Fox Body, comma. All right, I'm gonna end it there. Wonderful peasant chat. This is how peasant chats should go every Sunday. Just ridiculous. So I'm not going to even recap what we talked about, because we talked about we talked about a little bit of everything. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get a workout in. I'm going to grab a bite to eat. And I'm going to finish editing the video. So it'll be just a video of me doing 60-foot testing on Donnie with some ballast in the back. Some gratuitous calf shots. I bought a new lav mic so that it's a little better sounding. Playing with that. And didn't get any personal best, but in 83-degree weather, got within a mile an hour and a tenth or so within my personal best that was recorded at 51 degrees. So the car's running in the 11s pretty easily. It's just I'm not willing to run it out the back because of the hood situation, which I have to remedy. I think it has to do with the splash shield and the extractors. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Tuesday for Talking Shit Tuesday. Catch up then. I'll upload a video tonight at 8 o'clock with some updates on Donnie, and we'll hang out Tuesday and talk some shit then. Have a good rest of your Sunday. See you guys Tuesday.